Hey backpackers, this is Juan from Juan Backpacks, and I'm here today to tell you why I am kaput done with the Platypus QuickDraw water filter. Yeah, it's on my bad list now. It is on my bad list. I've had the Platypus QuickDraw water filter since last winter. Used it on some winter trips in Pennsylvania, some backpacking trips. I used it on the entire High Sierra Trail in California that I did just this past July. And I just got back from a trip on the Black Forest Trail in Pennsylvania, through hike of that. And during that hike, I decided that I am completely done kaput with this water filter. And I'm here to tell you exactly why. There are 3 reasons that I'm done with this water filter, and I'll go over each one of those reasons right now. First, though, I want to show you the water filter and what you get. $45 for this water filter and system. It's got a liter bag with a cap on it. It's got a water filter that's self-contained with a cap on the dirty water side. And then it's got a flip cap on the clean water side where you filter water, drink it, or whatever you might do. There's some water in there. So now let me tell you why I'm done with it. Number one, when I open up this cap on the dirty water side, and I'm going to try to show this to you, you can see there's some white there on the threading, some light colored plastic. That's where the plastic started to weaken, and it did it on both of the threads on both sides. That started to happen during the High Sierra Trail in July. And I don't have really, honestly, many miles on this water filter in particular. And so it's bending. Definitely the threads have bent, and they're getting weak, and they're eventually going to break. That's inevitable. I did email the company to ask them about this, to see how we might be able to resolve it, see if there's something I can do to keep it from happening, from breaking. And I never got an email back, and honestly, it's been months. And I'm not in the habit of chasing companies down by email, especially when their products aren't working. So that's the first reason. I have seen some posts on different websites about this issue with the water filter, and so others have experienced the same thing. And I've also talked to folks who have used it and had no issue at all. This is probably one of the earlier ones that was purchased. Who knows? And maybe they've resolved that issue since then, but I wouldn't know because they never got back to me. So that's the first reason. I just don't like gear that starts to break down way, way sooner than it should. The second reason that I'm done with this water filter is the bag itself. I paid $45 for this complete kit, and the bag is already broke. That broke this past weekend. One of the seams popped on it, and also it developed a pinhole. I don't mistreat bags, mistreat my gear in any way. I'm not easy on it, but I definitely don't mistreat it. And it's hard for me to see why that happened, other than the welding, the plastic weld, and the way that they seal it together just isn't done quite right. And I have, again, spoken to other folks who have had to replace this bag very quickly. And for $45, quite honestly, I'm not into spending another $20 or $30 on another bag to add to the filter to go on top of the money I've already spent in such a short period of time. If it broke like a year out or something like that, I might understand it, but it's within that year that I bought it, and I don't have hundreds of miles on this thing. In comparison, my Catadine Be-Free, this bag is literally is over 2 years old, and it's never sprung a leak. It's been on the John Muir Trail, the entire trail, 260 miles, and other hikes here in Pennsylvania, and even my pack-in fly fishing trips too. And it's never failed me once, the bag. So I'm over it because of the bag. It's got a pinhole and a leak. Both started happening on this past trip on the Black Forest Trail. So that's the second reason I'm done with this. I just don't want to spend any more money on a system. The other reason I'm done is honestly the complexity of the system. When you go to filter water, I found myself honestly being annoyed by this on the High Sierra Trail and on the Black Forest Trail this past weekend. There are really a lot of steps here and a lot of things to keep track of, and more that I want to. Maybe you're okay with that, perfectly fine. So when I filter water, I've got the dirty water bag. I've got to go ahead and pull off this cap. I've got to find a place for it, not drop it in the creek, not put it in a pocket where I'm going to lose it. So I put it down, and then I've got to take this cap off, the dirty water side, and then I've got to scoop my water, connect this on here, which the threads are going bad, right? Open this up, drink the water or filter the water into my bottles or bags. Then when I'm done, this is so big and bulky, it's really not that great to put in my pack like this. So now I've got to break this down. So I break it down, take this off. I hopefully have put my caps where I remember not drop them back in the water. So I go and grab my caps, put a cap on, roll it up into the bag because I've got to make it compact again to fit into my gear nicely. Put the dirty water cap on. I use a band right here to keep everything together so it doesn't start falling apart. And then I put it in my pack. So that's what I got to do every single time that I filter water. And so again, in comparison, my Be Free Catadine, which I've used for over 2 years, I want water, unscrew this, scoop the water. Usually I can just hang on to this while I'm doing that. Put this on, flip the cap, squeeze the bottle, filter the water. I'm done. Usually what I do is squeeze down the bag then to compact it again. It's a lot more compact than this. And then I just put it in my gear and I'm done. That's how fast it is. I don't have to keep track of anything. I don't have to worry about losing anything. It's just simpler. And the bag, like I said, is over 2 years old and still going strong. The filter itself, yes, it does lose a lot, not a lot. It does lose some of its speed, but even at its slowest, after I clear it out by shaking it and so forth and cleaning it the way they recommend, it's still faster than most of the water filters similar to this on the market. So it's no big deal. And so I am definitely done with this and all the steps and all the little problems that it has. I'm done with it. And I'm going back to my Catadine Be Free, and I'm going to stick with it till something else happens on the market that's simple and easy and fast. So there you have it, backpackers. So if you have any experience with the QuickDraw, certainly different experience, post up below. Let me know about it. If you disagree with what I say, let me know about it. Again, this is just my factual experience with the product. Post below, like I said. Until next time, backpackers, get out there and stop watching YouTube videos and go backpacking, unless they're my videos. Then watch them all from start to finish. Later, folks.